Hello beer tubers and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of hoppets. Today, checking out some Cellarmaker beer that I got from Joe, aka Jaws Arcade, over in California. You guys know him, great dude. Has a really cool channel, mainly at the moment reviewing a lot of IPA, but he's an IPA guy, so. And then he does the stoutness and everything. But the story about these is a bit nuts. I was supposed to be getting these in March, early March, but a lot of delays and some problems with shipping. I didn't get them until the 26th of April. So these are like 7 weeks old, which is a shame because they say themselves on the cans that you shouldn't drink it more than 3 weeks old. Well, we just took an extra 4. I'm hoping they're still going to be good. I think they will be all right, but probably not as top tier as when they were really fresh. And Joe actually told me if they were shit, please don't post a review. So we'll see if I post a review or not. I'm thinking they're going to be nice still. But we have a few different IPAs from him to try. And we're starting off with these two from Cellarmaker because I've been dying to try some Cellarmaker again. Joe got some Cellarmaker on their web shop, I think, and then he's just shipped them on to me, which is awesome. So thanks so much, Joe. I've been to Cellarmaker myself. Fantastic little spot there in San Francisco. Drank a boatload of beer, met some subscribers, and hung out. It was really fun. And we spent a great amount of time at that brewery. Actually, one of the first days in San Francisco. I even did a video there you can go check out if you want. And I also did a video of their brew day when they visited Denmark for Mikkeller Beer Celebration Copenhagen, where they were brewing with Aroma. But we're trying 2 beer from them today. We're checking out their Mountain Nelson, which is a hazy pale ale and 5.7%. And we're checking out their Loza Farms IPA, which is a collab with Highland Park Brewery, which is, I think, is it in LA? Something like that. We've tried some of their sours. Have been really good. And this is a West Coast IPA, at least it seems, because it's clear. Hopped with Citra Amarillo Cascade hops from Loza Farms on 6.8%. So I'm thinking we're going to start with a hazy IPA first, just because it's not as bitter and whatnot. And, it's Nelson hops. I love Nelson, so I'm really looking forward to this one. We also got a can of Dank Williams. He sent a can of that. It's such a shame that it's not super fresh, but I'm hoping it's going to hold up. We're going to be drinking a lot of IPAs the next few days. Brett is coming over to drink some tomorrow and having a couple today. But yeah, let's check out this one. So pours a nice hazy golden yellow color. It kind of looks somewhat like monkish IPAs. Maybe not as full-on crazy hazy, but it looks nice. Very creamy white head on there. Let's check out the aroma. Ooh, yeah. That gooseberry kind of almost gasoline-y. Okay, yeah, this is holding up surprisingly well. Oh, that smells like such a crushable pale ale. Also, like the age in these is usually the age we get IPAs from the States in Europe when they're like air shipped with different importers and whatnot. So I guess it's okay. Yeah, it's got that like really nice gooseberry and passion fruity kind of aroma. Yeah, and a little bit gasoline-y. I get that sometimes with Nelson, but I fucking love it. And underneath that, there's a bit of sweet malt. It doesn't smell like a cloying like a New England IPA, and it's not like it's got a little bit of a simpler kind of yeast profile. It's not as like overripe, crazy juicy. It's definitely juicy, but it's a bit more like in the West Coast approach. It's almost lightly clean. I mean, there is some esters, but it's nothing crazy. But again, it's also a pale ale. But yeah, it smells really nice. It's such a nice Nelson. This must be crazy fresh, like dead fresh. But let's try, guys. Cheers, and thanks a ton to Joe for the beers. Oh, that is a total crusher. I could drink so much of this. Man, this is still holding up so well. Super light malt backbone. Fairly fluffy and airy, but not like thick and creamy, but I like that. It's got some drinkability to it because of that. But yeah, very like airy. Like because, I don't know, it just feels airy in the mouth. It sounds weird to say that, but it feels airy. Flavor, mostly more passion fruity on the flavor maybe. It does have gooseberry and kind of white grape flavors. And yeah, Joe, I know what gooseberries taste like. You can actually get them all over the place here in Scandinavia. It's in almost everyone's gardens and stuff. You should come here and eat some gooseberries. But yeah, just a crusher of a pale ale. You know, if my local brewery made something like this, it'd be an awesome kind of go-to beer because it's just super crushable. You know, you could easily smash like for a 6 pack even of this, which is awesome because it's not like so full on and dense with flavor as like monkish beers, for example. It's a bit more soft, so it gives it much more drinkability. Wow, look at that! Now I got much more hazy. I'm also not like totally mind blown, but it's just a really nice session beer, really. Just like a really nicely well brewed beer. I'm not sure if I had this when I visited Cellarmaker, um, but I think I might. A little bit of a crackery, bready, kind of doughy malt backbone. I would say this isn't too far off a lot of the New England IPA being produced in Denmark at the moment. It's similar in character and whatnot, and also level of hoppiness. Again, it's a bit on the older side, but thinking like Gamma Brewing and dry and bitter and whatnot, it's kind of like theirs. It's New Englandy and it's not very bitter, but it's not like full on juice. It has like some almost like West Coast, as I said, cleanliness about it and drinkability, which is nice. And yeah, and mainly like the Nelson flavor of like the gooseberry, mainly passion fruit. There's even like the slightest hint of grapefruit, but yeah, it's just a crusher. Crackery, bready malt to it as well. That's really good. So let's try and jump over to the West Coast IPA here, the Loza Farms IPA, made in collaboration with Highland Park. Citra Amarillo Cascade, 6.8%. I remember these guys really doing West Coasters well as well. It was Double Dobis is also one, or is that Hazy? I can't remember. But they just did loads of different things. Is Dank Williams also Hazy? I can't remember. Oh well, but look at that beautiful clear beer. There we go. Golden yellow. See, it looks like a beer that's not going to have like cloying malt flavor, which is awesome in a West Coast IPA. That's just usually these kind of colors I prefer in West Coast IPAs. Nice white head, a bit soapy looking head, but yeah, it looks pretty decent. And we'll do this again as we started doing so I can swirl around and smell better because I'm right-handed. Let's check it out. Ooh, I'm getting an interesting like herbal note I didn't expect. Almost like lemongrass or something. What is that coming from? It's quite dank too. I think Citra is giving off that dankness. Because Citra can sometimes go quite dank. And definitely oily, pithy citrus. This totally smells like new school West Coast IPA. Like pineapple too, and passion fruit. It's like tart tropical fruits to me. And there's like some sweet citrus and orangey notes underneath too. But yeah, it's kind of like reminding me of like the Beechwood style IPAs and whatnot. Like a little bit softer West Coast IPA and not as like resiny and earthy. It's definitely a bit dank too and resiny, but it's nothing crazy. Yeah, it smells very nice. It smells new school West Coast. It's, I remember also Cellarmaker doing these really well. Well, let's try, guys. Cheers. Again. Well, what's going on? Again, thanks to Joe. Man, these beers are holding up really well. I'm so happy that that's the case because I was so afraid that they do. Joe's like, they're bad. Don't drink them or whatever. He was afraid that they were gonna stink, and I know they would have been here and it would have been even better. But I still think they were holding out really well. It was just like when I had that happen once more with Modern Times. Was it Blazing World or Blazing World? It's just like held up and it was like 3 months old. So weird. I even had that happen with Monkish. But yeah, this is pretty good. What European breweries don't often nail is the cleanliness of the West Coast IPA. Like super clean, just light bready crackery malt. A lot of times when I feel like European brewers do it, they get a little bit of husky grain flavor from the malt, and they also sometimes get a little bit of just like hop pellety kind of flavor and more earthy flavor than like fruity hops, because a lot of West Coasters are fruity, but it almost tastes a bit in between kind of West Coast and New England or something, because it's not really that bitter. It has a snapping bitterness to it. It does. It's just not like crazy. It's definitely that was new school. But yeah, it's really interesting with this herbal thing. It's almost like lemongrassy to me, and then like pineapple, some sweet citrus, passion fruit, even like a lemon lime vibe. And then on the aftertaste, it's a bit more classic kind of grapefruit pine, but it's fairly light. It's more like a fruity West Coast IPA. I can't remember if Joe reviewed this, but it's quite nice. But yeah, they actually held up really, really well. Of course, they would be better if they were that much fresher, but sometimes things just go wrong with shipping and you end up getting beer late. And that's just how it is when you try and get beer in trades or whatever, especially when you get it from overseas from the States. There's always a little bit of a gamble with some things going on or whatever. But we got to try them and they still tasted great. So I'm glad that was the case. Yeah. Ooh, that's good though. I might like this one a little bit more actually. Because it's a bit more soft and dainty, if you can say that. I know they also do like a crazier version of this. I got much more Nelson on that set than the others. Like, it's almost like the bitterness and everything, this amplified a bit. But yeah, let's go like 90, 92 in that range for both of these. Maybe like a 90, straight 90 for the Mount Nelson, maybe 91, and a 92 for the Loza Farms IPA, just because I really like the West Coast approach and I think that pops a bit more. It's also an IPA, but again, this is a bit more soft and dainty. I like that this one is a little bit more edgy, but it could have more bitterness for my tasting. I don't know, I'm just going towards really bitter IPAs again. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, nice stuff. So yeah, stay tuned guys. We've got more beer from Joe, more awesome IPAs from the West Coast, some monkish and whatnot. We actually also have some great stouts and stuff this time around too, so it's gonna be fun to check these out. But yeah, if you guys had a chance to try either of these beers from Cellarmaker, let me know what you thought of them, and thanks a ton to Joe for the beer. You rule, dude. Check out this channel if you haven't already, guys. I'm sure you have. So yeah, as always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and ring the bell for future notifications about videos. And I'm gonna say cheers and see you guys in another beer review.